Think about what you're thinking about. Huh? That's right. Think about what you're thinking about because your thoughts have power. My name is Sherry Webb. I like to refer to myself as the Mind Shift Coach because on this channel, I cover all things related to changing your mindset one shift at a time. Your thoughts have power. Your thoughts are so powerful that they actually affect your entire life. They affect how you move. They affect the words that come out of your mouth, and they affect the environment around you. Think about what you're thinking about. It's not something that you do unless you do it intentionally because our thoughts are continuous. We can't control the thoughts that come into our minds. But if you pay attention to the thoughts that come into your mind, then you'll begin to understand why you move the way you move, why you do the things you do, why you don't do some things you should do. It will all start to make sense when you pay attention to your thoughts. It is in the word that a man is as he thinks. So what does that mean? That means that your reality, your life, your way of living, the people that you're around, your environment are all a result of how you think. That's really amazing if you think about it. How in the world is it that our thoughts create our entire reality? When you think a thought, whether you realize it or not, your thoughts dictate how you see the world. Your thoughts dictate how you speak. Your thoughts dictate the words that come out of your mouth. Now, in my last video, I talked about the power of words and how your words actually mold and shape and create your reality. But those words start with a single thought. And if you haven't trained your brain how to think, then your brain will think the craziest thoughts and you won't understand why you're feeling the way you feel. Your thoughts are so powerful that they create the mood that you're in. They create your outlook on life. They create how you speak. They create how you move. They create what you believe. They create how you feel about yourself. They create how you feel about others. Your thoughts are so powerful that they begin to change your outlook for the good or for the bad. It's whatever you choose. Now, like I said, we cannot control the thoughts that come into our minds. We have thoughts, they come through our minds all day. We have like 60,000 thoughts a day. So there's no way to control every thought that comes into your mind. What you can control is how you react to those thoughts. For instance, when a negative thought comes into your mind, instead of allowing that negative thought to just sit there, take root, and begin to create a reality that really does not have to be yours, that really isn't yours, you should instead replace negative thoughts with a positive thought. And it does take practice. When something negative comes into your mind, you do have to become aware of the thoughts that you're thinking. You do have to begin to more or less train your brain to think in a certain manner, especially if you grew up in an environment that did not foster love and positive thoughts and belief in the possibilities in life. If you grew up in a environment or you've always been surrounded by a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative speech, conversation, people, and circumstances, it's going to take you being intentional about training your brain to think in a positive manner. Now, it takes time. I myself used to be bombarded with negative thoughts, so much so that I was depressed. And that's the power of your thoughts. Your thoughts can literally take you down a rabbit hole to the point where you actually feel depressed. Your thoughts can create fear. Your thoughts can create anxiety. Or your thoughts can create life. Your thoughts can give you life. Your thoughts can project hope and love and prosperity and abundance. Your thoughts can create whatever life you want to live, because when you think something, your body follows. Where the mind goes, the body follows. If you become aware of your thoughts and you find yourself thinking thoughts that are not conducive to living the type of life that you really want to live, it's so important to begin to capture those thoughts. Take those thoughts captive and replace them with more positive thoughts. You don't have to own negative thoughts. When negative thoughts come into your mind, you know what I'll do? I'll say, not today, not today, Satan. You are not about to dwell here in this here mind. And I don't own that. I don't own that, okay? I am the head and not the tail. I begin to speak life over myself. And that's what you have to do. When negative things happen in life, as they will, you have to learn and train yourself, train your brain to look for a solution to the problem, to look for the lesson in the hardship, to look for where you're supposed to pivot, look for the answers, look for whatever it is you're supposed to get out of the hard times in life, the tough times that will inevitably show up in your life. They're going to come. There's no getting around tough times, unfortunate incidents and circumstances. There's no getting around them. But you can train yourself to look for the lesson in it, to look for direction. Are you supposed to pivot and change directions? Is this a time for you to learn something? Is it something you're supposed to get out of it? It's always something you're supposed to get out of the tough times in life. Don't allow your thoughts to take root if they're negative and just dwell there to the point where you're now just living in a negative state of mind, because your thoughts are that powerful. Your thoughts can literally make you sick. And if your thoughts can make you sick, then guess what? Your thoughts can make you well. Your thoughts can begin to bring prosperity and abundance and peace and wellness into your life. It can bring those things to you, because once you begin to think right thoughts, then you begin to move in the right ways that align up with those thoughts. It's just the way it works, because as you think, you will be. It's so important to understand the power of your thoughts. The thoughts create the way you feel about yourself. Your thoughts create the way you feel about your life. Your thoughts create the way you feel about the people that you're surrounded by. Your thoughts will even dictate how you behave. Definitely, they're going to dictate how you behave. Your thoughts will dictate what you believe to be true. Your thoughts will become your truth. Create a truth for yourself that you want to experience. And it begins with your thoughts. All right? That is my word for today. I want to thank y'all for joining me today. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the little bell button so whenever I put something out, you'll get notified. I always bring positive messages that inspire you to become the best version of who you really are. I always put out messages that will help you change your mindset one shift at a time. That is the only way a mindset changes, is one shift at a time. All right? Thank y'all for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Be blessed.